Okay guys, as we can solve for the root of a quadratic equations, do you know that we can also form a quadratic equation using the root? The question is, how can we do that? Now, you already know that whatever value you have as a solution of a quadratic equation, those values are called the roots of the equation. Now, what should you do in order to form a quadratic equation using the root? Now, let's take for instance, let's say I have the root of a quadratic equation to be 2 and 3. Now, the process of forming a quadratic equation that has these two roots, then is just like a way of reversing the process of solving for this root. What am I saying in essence? Now, for me to have x to be equal to 2 and 3, it's going to be in this form. If at all the variable is meant to be x. Okay, so this will be x equals 2 or x equals 3. Now, what if I meant to reverse the action? What if I decide to bring 2 to the side back? What if I have x minus 2 to be equals to 0, x minus 3 to be equals to 0? This is still mathematics. Okay, perfect. Now, since both of them are equals to 0, I can actually combine them and equate them to be equal to 0 once and for all. What am I saying in essence? Both of them can be put within the parentheses. Okay, let me just put it that way. Then x minus 2 to be equal to 0. Once this is done, what if I expand the bracket? What if I expand it? What will happen? Expanding the bracket, you already know that it will lead to a quadratic equation, and that's just all. That's how to expand. That's how to turn a root into a quadratic equation. So if I should expand now, I should have x squared, then minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 to be equals to 0. So the middle terms are likely. I can combine them and have this to be my quadratic equation. And this is how to easily and mentally turn the root of a quadratic equation into the equation itself. Alright, let's try to consider some examples. Hopefully you understand that. Perfect. Okay, let's begin with this. Example 1. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are minus 2 and plus 2. So we're going to be going over the same process compared to what I just did of recent. So let's assume the variable I want to be in that equation, I want it to be y. So let me use y to be equals to minus 2 or y to be equals to plus 2. Perfect. You can write 2 if you want. It's still the same thing. I don't just want a confusion. That's why I decided to put plus 2. So the next thing is that I would like to bring 2 to the side respectively. Then I should have y plus 2, comma, then y minus 2 to be equals to 0. Both of them will be equals to 0. Now, since both of them are equal to 0, I can combine them using a parenthesis. So I should have y plus 2, then multiply by y minus 2 to be all equals to 0. Now, at this point, I can expand the bracket. I can expand it to have the quadratic equation itself. So if I multiply y by y, I should have y squared. Y by negative 2, I should have negative 2y. Then positive y multiplied by y should be positive 2y. Okay, I think I said that the right way. Positive 2 multiplied by y. Perfect. Then positive 2 multiplied by minus 2, that should be negative 4 to be equal to 0. If I combine the middle term, I think they will get rid of. Alright, minus 2 will get rid of plus 2. Then y squared minus 4 will be indeed equals to 0. This is the quadratic equation. Perfect. Hopefully you are now getting familiar with this process and concept. Alright, let's consider more examples. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do where to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Alright, let's move on. Considering this problem, we are now having a fraction. This is the round 2. Okay, we have the first root to be negative 2 over 3. We have the second root to be negative 1 over 4. Alright, let's begin. Now, let's say, for instance, the variable I want to be in this equation, I want it to be x, because x is the most common variable used in most expressions in mathematics, generally speaking. Alright, if x is equal to negative 2 over 3, and x will also be equal to negative 1 over 4. So, what quadratic equation makes this to be true? Let's see. Now, instead of me bringing negative 2 over 3 to the side, straightforward, Now, I would like to be doing something different. Just stick with and observe what I'm going to do. Now, it turns out that it is 3x that is equals to minus 1 over 2 that tends to be equals. Let me put it this way. That tends to be equals to this. X equals to minus 2 over 3. Okay, because if I divide 2 by 3, I should have this. So what if I tend to turn this to this? What will happen? I think I'm still doing mathematics. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Okay, just fully. Perfect. Now, for the first one, then I should have 3x to be equals to minus 2. You know, I said it right from the beginning of this video. We are just trying to reverse the process. Okay, and for it should be 4x to be equals to minus 1. Now, at this point, I would like to bring negative 2 to this side and negative 1 respectively. Then, what should I have? I should have 3x plus 2 to be equals to 0. Then 4x plus 1 to be equals to 0. Now, since both of them are equals to 0, I can combine them using the parentheses. So I should have 3x plus 2 multiplied by 4x plus 1 all to be equals to 0. Now, the next is just to expand the bracket and I'm good to go. I should have my quadratic equation. So 3x multiplied by 4x should result in 12x squared. Be very careful when expanding so that you won't omit any step. Don't forget you have to distribute each term with each term respectively. Perfect. Let's move on. So 3x multiplied by 1, that should be plus 3x. Then 2 multiplied by 4x should be plus 8x. Then 2 multiplied by 1 should be plus 2. And everything will be equal to 0. And in the end, let me create some little more space. Hopefully you have written that. In the end, I should have 12x squared plus 3x plus 8x. Should that be what? 11x. Perfect. Then plus 2 equals to 0. And this is the quadratic equation that results in the root of minus 2 over 3 and negative 1 over 4. Hopefully you are not familiar with the concept of forming a quadratic equation using the roots. Alright, the last example for this video. Well, I actually changed my mind. So this is going to be a practice problem. Feel free to play around with this problem. Okay, and if you want me to review your solution, feel free to comment it in the comment section below and I'm going to reply to it. Alright, this is, you have to find the quadratic equation whose root is 3 plus root 5 or 3 minus root 5. I believe it knows that SQRT means square root. So that's exactly how it works. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.